Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So guys, yesterday we were talking a little bit about Bearable Guy 123 and the imposter Bearable Guy, and quite a few people in the comments brought this point forward, and I had thought I had done my due diligence, guys, and I had not. So let's set the record straight. This is an imposter account. This is not the real Bearable Guy. And whether you care or not, that's fine. I'm not going to dwell on this too much, but I am going to show you how we know this. So what the viewers were stating in the comments section was that if you actually cut and copy this here into a Word document or the like, let's make that a little bigger so we can all see it here. 36. And you can see the text here, it's all lowercase, but if you turn that into small caps, you can see that the L here is actually a capital I. So it's Bearable Guy 123. This is not an L, a lowercase L. It is indeed a capital I. So that's the way you can tell it is not the real handle. What I had done was I had cut and copied this. And if you guys know from Twitter, you can cut and copy that and call it whatever you wish. So do that and small cap that, and that indeed shows a capital L. So I had originally thought that his Twitter handle had lapsed and that somebody had taken it. Nevertheless, that's not the topic of today's video. Let's talk about XRP and the Twitter army blocked by the Dogecoin creator after facing backlash to his comment on Ripple. Very funny. If you know this Jackson Palmer dude decided to go and kind of poke at the XRP army. Well, did he not realize he was going to get backlash from that? I mean, come on, man. Anyway, he has taken strict action against the XRP community on Twitter by enabling a script to block dedicated XRP followers. Palmer resorted to this step after the XRP army, the vast dedicated Twitter following of Ripple's cryptocurrency XRP, bashed him over his negative comments on Ripple recently. Guys, you can look up the article where he was bashing Ripple. This is not terribly important news because as far as I'm concerned, this guy is very insignificant in our endgame. He does not have any influence within Ripple, XRP, any of the like. It's just kind of funny because, you know, he's the creator of Dogecoin. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, come on, man. If you can't dish the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Anyway, so here's a message from Ripple CEO. Banks will hold crypto assets like XRP on behalf of their customers in 2019. And I thought this was really interesting because you know we're waiting for regulation. You know that 2019 is going to be a big year for XRP in terms of that uptick. I think we're finding that 2018 was that year where we were all kind of trying to get excited as we were seeing the market decline. But realistically, 2019 is going to have a lot of impact on cryptocurrency in general, XRP in particular. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said he expects banks to start holding crypto assets on behalf of their customers next year. At the Singapore FinTech Festival, Garlinghouse said regulatory clarity and the opportunity to make money will drive banks and financial institutions to store digital assets like XRP for their customers. I think one of the things that will surprise us from a year from now is that banks will be custodying digital assets directly. That's a quote from Garlinghouse. And I think right now we think about that and we think there's no way that's going to happen. They're too conservative. And I think what you're seeing is two things happening. One is banks are seeing a lot of money is being made by digital asset exchanges globally, and banks are profit motivated. And so you got to remember that, right? Banks want profit. When they see that cryptocurrencies are profitable, as we did in the last bull run, they want to jump on board and they want to get a piece of that pie, obviously. But the thing with banks is that they're not going to want to take the risk, so they're waiting for the clarification. So they're waiting for the regulation to happen. So he goes on. The second, and as we've talked about and Ross made very clear, is regulatory clarity and regulatory frameworks, just what I said, allows banks and financial institutions to lean into these markets. According to Garlinghouse, the first banks to offer the crypto custody will be members of the Association of Southeastern Asian Nations. So he goes on to say, I also predict it will be banks in the Asian market where there is this regulatory clarity already, and there's a lot of progressive forward thinking there. They will be the first to actually allow for crypto assets custody in their accounts. And guys, as you know, the G20 summit is either still going on or it's just wrapping up right now. And a big thing, I don't have a tab up here, but I know that a big thing that they were talking about was cryptocurrency regulatory frameworks. and actually finally banding together and coming up with regulation for cryptocurrencies. These were the G20 countries. They agreed on doing that. They signed an agreement to do that, and they also agreed to have the first phase of that done by 2019. One last thing here, why Ripple is the #1 blockchain investment for 2019 and 2020. And this is by Taki Taxlano of Investing Haven. Investing Haven's research team is on record calling Ripple, particularly its XRP token, the #1 blockchain investment for 2019-2020. That's a very, very bold statement, but I agree with this sentiment. This comes after the bullish Ripple price forecast for 2019, which got confirmed by Ripple's fundamental analysis. This article justifies the vision behind Ripple being the top blockchain investment for 2019 and 2020. Now, this guy has some kind of a service where he wants his users to pay for cryptocurrency advice, so he teases us with a little bit here. There's not much more to say on that. Here's another little quote from Investing Haven. Our answer is simple. If it was so easy to get access to blockchain investment opportunities, we would have said so on our blog and in our premium crypto service a long time ago. It really isn't. So he goes on to kind of mention that crypto is very, very opaque in terms of investing right now, especially for institutional investors. They don't really know what's a good deal, what's not a good deal. These services look like they're catering to them. The whole world is looking to get rich by investing in blockchain companies. Assuming you are not an accredited investor, you really do not have access to the juicy opportunities out there. That's why we focus on a select few cryptocurrencies and blockchain stocks. So maybe he is actually catering to a retail investor that's a little more sophisticated, but he does state Ripple is going to be the #1 blockchain investment for 2019 and 2020. And we know Ripple uses XRP as their cryptocurrency of choice. This is all great information. Looking like 2019 is going to be shaping up quite nicely for Ripple and XRP. But I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.